Hello students. When it comes to using proper tenses in our sentences, when we speak or write English, we often face problems with two tenses, simple past tense and present perfect tense. Let me give you two sentences. I bought a new phone and I have bought a new phone. The first sentence is in the simple past tense and the second sentence is in the present perfect tense. Do you feel that these two sentences basically mean the same thing? That they don't have much comprehensible differences? That they can easily be used interchangeably, one in place of the other, freely? If you do so, you need to watch this video. Here I am going to explain how these two tenses are different from each other, why and when you should use one of the tenses and not the other. First, let me talk about the grammatical structure. In case of the present perfect tense, you write a subject first, after that has or have as an auxiliary verb, and after that the main verb's third form or past participle form is written. For example, I have bought a new phone. Here the subject is I. After that, have is written as an auxiliary verb. It is in agreement with the subject, and after that by verb's third form bought is written. So I have bought a new phone is in the present perfect tense. And in case of the simple past tense, you write a subject first. After that, a verb's second form or past form is written. For example, she drew this picture. Here the subject is she, and after that draw verb's second form drew is written. So she drew this picture is in the simple past tense. What is the most basic difference between these two tenses? Both these tenses are used to talk about past incidents. But when you use the simple past tense, you simply talk about a past incident. And when you use the present perfect tense, you not only talk about a past incident, but also its impact on the present. Let me elaborate this. Suppose your friend asked you, "What did you do yesterday?" And you replied, "I watched The Avengers." So here you are just referring to a past incident. You are talking about your watching the movie in the past. But the same friend may ask you, "We are going to watch The Avengers. Will you join us?" And you may say, "I have watched the movie. I have watched The Avengers already." Here you have used the present perfect tense. Why? Because you are not only referring to a past incident, that is, you are watching the movie, but also its impact on the present. As you already have watched it, you are not interested to watch it again. So that past incident is influencing your present action. When a past incident influences a present action and you emphasize on that, you use the present perfect tense. And when you simply talk about a past incident, you use the simple past tense. This is the most basic difference between these two tenses. But this is not the only difference between these two tenses. There is another important factor that plays a vital role, that is time. We use the simple past tense with finished time and we use the present perfect tense with unfinished time. What is finished time? Well, yesterday, last night, last week, last month, last year, 1923, last century, 12th century, etc. These are over. Yesterday is already over. Last week, it's over. Last year, last month, 1925, these are past times. These are already over. And what is unfinished time? Well, today, this week, this month, this year, 2020, this century, 21st century, etc. These are still going on. These are not over yet. We use the simple past tense with finished time and we use the present perfect tense with unfinished time. So we will say, I saw you at the market yesterday. Yesterday is finish time. That's why we wrote the sentence in the simple past tense. I saw you. I is the subject here, and after that see verbs past form saw is written. But what will happen if I replace yesterday with today? If I write I dash you at the market today, so we should write I have seen you at the market today. Today is unfinished time. It is not over yet, and that's why we have to use the present perfect tense. Here the subject is I, and after that have seen is written. Have is the auxiliary verb, and see verb's third form or past participle form seen is written. Similarly, she called me last week. She called me last week. Last week is over. Here the subject is she, after that call verb second form or past form called is written. So the sentence is in the simple past tense. But if I replace last week with this week is not over yet, it is still running, it is unfinished time, we have to write the sentence in the present perfect tense. The same sentence will become, she has called me this week. She has not called me this week. She has called me 3 times this week, like that. The subject is she, after that auxiliary verb has is written, and after that call verb's third form or past participle form called is written. So these are the differences between these two tenses. You need to keep them in mind. They will help you use these two tenses better. Go to the description box. There you will find a link to an online interactive worksheet where you can have some practice that will help you remember these rules better. That's all for today. Thank you.